This video is exactly what the title says, so I don't think I need an intro for this. At first I thought about what version to use and wanted to pick the Wii one for nostalgia reasons, but then I remembered that Future Connected exists, so I decided to go with the Switch version instead. Something most people probably forgot about. Sorry new 3DS version, one day you will be able to shine too. There is no real way to really die in the prologue with all of the old boys together. They're best friends for life after all, so with the power of friendship on their side they would never be able to lose or betray each other. Mostly because you over-leveled for the normal mechons, so they can't even really hit you. While you can one-shot them all in one big swoop if you position them just right to save some time. And even the big mechon is too easy to die to. He may have a chainsaw attack that deals like 500 damage, but sadly he doesn't use it over and over, so it's not viable to wait for him to keep hitting you. Would be lame to not die as the main character anyways, right? My mistake when taking control of Shulk at first was thinking these little caterpillars and bunnies would need a long time to kill me because they're level 1 and 2. So I went past everything because I remembered there was a unique enemy under the bridge, but I didn't even find it since it's to the left of the bridge, not right under it. I wanted to include a joke about trolls here since they live under bridges, but now I can't even do that. It was a really good joke. Maybe next time. I prefer goblins to trolls anyways. I would date one if they were real and if I would be a girl. Not like it matters because even then it would have not been the fastest way to die. In the end, the very first enemy you fight is actually the fastest way. Now you might say, no shit Sherlock, but that's not how it goes for the whole rest, without spoiling too much. You tell your big bro to stop attacking, just like as if you were smashing on the couch together at your weekly sleepover and he's a super duper pro at Smash, so Shulk gets all the pain and watch him die. I messed up a bit where I actually allowed him to attack again and lost the aggro, so you can take 5 seconds away from my own timer, but I was too lazy to record it again because I ate too much spaghetti and was very tired from it. Same reason why I didn't go back to find a unique monster to show him off. What do we learn from that? Never underestimate caterpillars, the first fight in a JRPG sometimes, and don't eat too much pasta or pizza or anything really. Future Connected is the shortest game in the whole franchise so far, even though it will probably stay like that forever, and it's also the shortest or quickest one to die in. Just like how I am the shortest person that will ever see this video, at least if we are talking about guys since I'm just 5'2". I wish I wouldn't have to watch my own video to edit it, because hearing myself talk makes me want to jump off a cliff. Here it takes a minute and 12 seconds if we would consider this a death, but no worries. My speedrun brain activated and I knew I could be faster. I actually never speedran. Just attack the closest bird and crab and hope the little birdie does its triple attack, boom, under a minute. Just like my first time, that never happened. The first question for Xenoblade X or Cross would be, when does the timer start to count? The second I press new game, or after you have created your character since you want to take your time to make Nier? I would say when you press new game, or else it would be a bit unfair. But life is unfair, so you shouldn't always have to play by the same rules. But here I did, to be consistent. On my first try I knew this bug won't do anything, there's no way to lose to him. Just like in real life unless you come from Australia. Do not fight the bugs there. So I killed him as fast as I could and also ran as fast as I could to the strongest enemy that you can reach fast, or so I thought. No level 1 to level 3 enemy could take me down fast, right? You might think I learned my lesson from Xenoblade 1, but I actually tried out Xenoblade X before 1. I do not do things the smartest way. So I skipped a few more cutscene stuffies and then jumped off the cliff to meet the Wood Lapix, who also takes a bunch of time to kill you. It would have been way smarter to jump to the other side of the cliff to meet the crabs, but this try was doomed anyways. Next I wanted to give the bug another try and see for yourself. It would be a great achievement if you could actually manage to die to him, since Elma will just do everything for you, how dependable. You can always count on her, unlike me, never put your faith into me. I will let you down over and over. Look, I'm not doing anything except for trying to find an option to tell Elma to stop to attack, but there's nothing. Even then it would take this buggy bug too long to kill me anyways. But now I will show you why you should never underestimate a manlet. The big bug couldn't take me down, but a bug chaser does not give up easily and just hits up the next club, so what about a whole bunch of smaller bugs? Since that is the actual fastest way to die. One up to the group on the right here. To the left there's also a group, but they are a tiny bit farther away. Collect the aggro from all of them for a swift death. If you are a skilled menu skipper, you could get it in under 2 minutes, but I'm too old so my fingers are not that fast anymore. There's no other way to die faster since you can't Skyrim your way out of these walls and are forced to go through the walled area, since they wanted to brag with their little cutscene to show off how an open world should be designed. I made a whole video about it after all. If you want to watch it, you can, maybe. Not like I want you to, Baka. In Xenoblade 2 I looked for many ways to die as fast as I could without having to go with the most boring death after I got the fastest one. That's why I censored the time up there. Which already is spoiling how I died if you played the game. Can't fall down into the cloud sea regardless of how far you go. I wonder how this actually feels like, probably like taking a bath in cotton candy. I haven't had any since I was a kiddo and now I really want some, even if it's pure sugar, like you, because of how sweet you are. Then I tried to see if the fall damage would be enough, but no, you are not allowed to go high enough for that to happen. I mean, it would probably ruin everyone's day at the cafe here if they saw someone jumping to their death. Also, you can't salvage for like a level 2 or 3 crap, since I'm not allowed to use the DLC yet. So yes, the fastest way to die in Xenoblade 2 is the starting crust tip. They don't call them kings for nothing. He takes his sweet time, but eventually he will take his revenge, if you have ever eaten lobster before. I have not, because I'm not rich. So how about the Era expansion? Is the first fight also the quickest? No, it's not. Most because even if you behave like a dummy, Shin will go, "No Laura, if you don't want to fight then I will do it for you." And take him down for you all by himself pretty much, so there's like no way to die to him. I want to stroke its big horns. So you basically have to die to the wolves, even though they're more like hyenas. Here's the plot twist. That's not the fastest way, even though it's not also a plot twist because, well, it's basically the same thing. It's by taking down the big guy as quick as possible and then dying to the fluffy furries because their DPS is higher. That is pretty much it. So it's the same, but you just go quick. There's another force fight right after, but despite him being the highest level, you can die to him quickly right after because you're forced to level up to reach him, which recovers all of your HP. I kinda forgot how this has the most fun combat system out of all the Xenoblade games, and I just wanted to keep playing. Are you a normal person, a weak one or a strong one? I'm quite normal if I say so myself, so I would say that's the difficulty to pick, since that's what most people would pick too. On hard it will take longer to take the enemies down, so it's the slowest by default, despite the enemies also hitting back harder. And again, I have to do the same rules for every game, and the others won't allow you to pick hard mode right off the bat. Your teammates are too smart to let you die in the tutorial. Also because the game does not allow you to put your weapon away, you have to fight. You can just get out of range and watch your team fight by themselves, but they won't die. And they will carry the whole fight. Well, one of them dies soon enough anyways. Also, this enemy can't be defeated unless you complete the tutorial. Yeah, that's a little fun fact here for you. And I had to sit through this tutorial a couple of times, which takes like 6 minutes, to see if it's actually possible to die to any of these fights, but no, you can't die here. But what would be the best course of action after the force fights? It's certainly not trying to run off the map since you're not allowed to. Thanks Lance for not letting me kill myself by jumping off a cliff, he's a real bro. That's something every bro should do. Luckily it showed me that there's a very fast way to die. Just get into the range of the big crocodile and he will do the job for you. I think I would enjoy a trip to the Everglades. Normally I'm afraid of big amounts of water except when taking a bubble bath or comfy showers, but I would get over my fear for them. Maybe because one of my favorite time eras is the Carboniferous period. It would really suck to live doing it, but it's just so cool. And the Everglades remind you of it, like a relic of a bygone era. Thank you big crocodile for letting me talk about this for a few seconds. Now it's time for the last Xenoblade related death, till Xenoblade 4 comes out. How fast can you die in Future Redeemed? I thought that it's possible to die by the very first enemy in the game, so I tried it out on hard for fun since it hits more. I first tried to juggle the aggro with a few punches here and there, because I forgot I could have just told A to do nothing at all. Thanks anyways for trying to put those healing fields down, even if I'm not stepping into them. What it taught me was that no, you can't die here. You will always be at 1 HP. Why? I tried very hard to die here and you won't allow me to? Same for the second fight. Xenoblade 3 really does not want you to die in the first few fights before it lets you out into the big world like an overcaring mom. Which is nice to have in real life but not in a video game, and I do not have mommy issues. So instead you have to click through a whole bunch of menus before you can gather all the enemies around you to maul you to death like how the typical pit bull would. I would trust a serial killer more than those dogs. Have you ever wondered about if you could change someone's mind? Like what if I would have met Jack the Ripper back in the day and became his friend? Could I have helped him to not become one? With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video and will have a good day, a good night or whatever fits your time zone. It's not my fault these deaths were a bit underwhelming, okay? Maybe I should have expected them when I thought of making this video, but every once in a while you have to just go ahead anyways. It's like waking up in the morning and you want to skip work, but then you will end up on the street soon. Just like Mr. Miyamoto, since I use an emulator for all of this, since my Switch broke, even though it's just the fan that overheats it, but I could easily replace it or do it myself, but I'm too lazy. But yeah, emulation does that to Nintendo, right? People will lose their jobs because of it, so you better not do it too. Felt kinda like I should have mentioned this because it changes the loading times a bit, but it's not like this was a serious speedrun kind of video. Bye bye.